Hello, welcome to another episode of Accessible Airwaves on CGSW 90.9 FM.
This program is dedicated
to the education and exploration of disabled life,
giving voice to the life and experience of people with disabilities.
We cover a wide array of issues and disabilities.
We are people who discuss issues we are passionate about
and topics we are interested in.
We show how disability is in the mind of the beholder.
Disclaimer. The views expressed in this episode are those of a guest that do not reflect the beliefs and opinions of CGSW as a whole. My name is Austin Riley.
And I am Monkey Greg, and you are listening to Accessible Airwaves on CJSW 90.9 FM.
We are talking to Diane Talbot-Schoenhoff, the Director of Communications and Public Affairs at the Raw Carrot, a social enterprise that empowers people who face barriers to traditional employment to secure their own livelihood through the dignity of work.
The Raw Carrot helps people living with disabilities enter mental illness who receive social assistance.
In Ontario, it's the Ontario Disability Support Program to make handcrafted gourmet foods that are sold at farmers markets, high-end grocery stores, and online.
Welcome to the show, Dan. How are you?
Great. How are you?
I am
Good.
good. Can you tell us the story behind the Raw Carrot and when it was founded?
Sure. Okay. So about 10 years ago, there were two women in a church in Paris, Ontario, named Rebecca Sherbino and Colleen Graham. And they wanted to help people in the church who were relying on support from the church to make ends meet. They wanted jobs, but they couldn't find jobs because of their disabilities. So Rebecca Sherbino and Colleen Graham started the Raw Carrot. And the idea was to provide jobs for these people because they really wanted to work, but they just couldn't get a job. So they decided they would start making soup and they would pay for the salaries through the sale of the soup. That's how it started.
What challenges has the Raw Carrot faced? How did the company overcome them?
Yes, good question. There are always challenges when trying to run a social enterprise because social enterprises focus on social outcomes rather than profit. So they are always looking to create products that have enough profit margin so they can pay their staff. They also rely on volunteers a lot to help with the staff do their tasks. And then also for people with disabilities and mental health issues, they often face barriers. They have, some challenges and limitations in just showing up to work, in doing the tasks. And so they really do require an environment that's supportive and helpful and accommodates for some of their limitations. So at the Rock Carrot, we're always striving to, find creative ways to support our staff. And we're always looking for products that have more margin so we can continue to pay for our staff.
We know the law correct and employ people with disability. Can you tell us about her employee?
Sure, I'd love to tell you about our employees. So all of our staff are people who have disabilities and mental illnesses. They all receive social assistance, and they all had challenges finding jobs in the mainstream, traditional, profit-driven environments. And they all thrive and do so well when they work in environments that are really supportive and really focus more on the social aspects, the great positive aspects of work. And that is like community, friendships, and a sense of belonging. So our staff thrive. They do so well, and they're so loyal to the Raw Carrot because they know that they feel safe there. Their job is secure, even if they have to go to different doctor's appointments or so on. They know that they have a job there. So they're extremely loyal, they're very hardworking, and they're great people, just like everyone else.
What has the Rock Carrot been doing to be accessible for your employees, such as accommodations?
Right, that's a great question. So the way that we are accessible for our employees is that we're committed to finding ways to make their job easier to do. So we consider each person as an individual, and we assess what kind of accommodations they need. And we even ask them, what tasks they need more support doing, what helps they need. And so we're really trying to make our environment supported and supportive so that our staff can really do their job and enjoy being there. So that's essentially how we help them.
What kind of flakes have you seen in the people you have employed to?
Yeah, the kinds of strength that people need when they have a disability that has barriers um, are strengths like courage. It takes courage um, to push past your limitations, and it takes courage to apply for a job. It takes courage to show up at your job and do your best, even though some tasks might take longer. So we really see courage. We see a sense of commitment and loyalty because they love working there and they feel safe there. So they really are very hardworking, and they're very loyal to the Raw Carrot because of the environment we're trying to create there.
Wow,
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Good. I'm glad you like that.
Do you believe employers will see your employees differently after having experience at Raw Carrot?
I do. I see that employers will be able to notice that just because you have a disability doesn't mean you can't work. And so they will see them differently that way because they will see them as capable. They'll see them as loyal because they stay with the company for some people have been there for 10 years. So they will see them as being capable, courageous, and loyal. And also having a really good sense of perseverance, because it takes perseverance to keep on trying every day to do your best.
Secondly, yes, I do agree with that.
Good.
What week and fun do you get from the community and customers about the carrot?
Yeah, we get a tremendous reaction from our community and our customers about the raw carrot. They're incredibly supportive of us, not only because they really love what we do, they love what we stand for. We stand for supported employment and inclusion, and that everybody deserves a hand up. We stand for all of those great beliefs, but we also create handcrafted gourmet foods that our staff prepare. So they love buying our products because they're delicious, but they also love what we stand for in our community. So because of all of that, we get an amazingly loyal customer base and really a really great reaction in the community.
Do you have any success stories you'd like to share with us from current or former employees?
Yes, we have so many success stories, and part of my job at the Raw Carrot is to be able to interview our staff and tell their stories. But there's one story that really stands out for me, and that's because Amanda was one of our first employees at one of our first site 10 years ago, and she is still working with us. And Amanda is the young woman who went to all those job training programs for 6 months, and at the end of it couldn't get a job, but she was so eager and willing to get a job, but nobody gave her a chance. So I think about her story, how she's overcome her disability, how she is still loyal and still working at the Raw Carrot, and she's a great spokesperson for us. She even comes out when when we invite the mayor to come to our site. She loves to come and tell her story, or when we're talking with other government officials or other supporters or partners. She's always happy to come out and tell her story about how much work at the Raw Carrot has changed her life, how she loves the sense of family and community there, and she can't imagine her life without the Raw Carrot. So that's a success story I always like to tell.
Wow, that's awesome.
I'm glad you're happy about that.
We know you are an Ontario-based company. Aside from your 4 locations, where can we find you? Are there any plans for expansion?
Right now, there are 4 sites that are in what's called Southwestern Ontario. It's Kitchener, Paris, Ontario, Innerkip, and Mount Forest. Those are communities in that Southwestern Ontario region. But we have huge plans for expansion. And so far, we have a site about to open in Scarborough, Ontario. That's kind of northeast of Toronto. We have one opening in Guelph soon. And then our first site that's popping up beyond Ontario into Manitoba is in Winnipeg. And that one's about to launch. And we have a plan to create more sites across Canada, not only Ontario. Yes, there are all kinds of ways you can purchase our products, but you would still need to be within a close driving distance to our Southwestern Ontario sites. But you can order online, we deliver when it's close enough. You can purchase our products at farmers markets all across Southwestern Ontario. And also now that we're going to Scarborough and Guelph and then Winnipeg, you'll be able to purchase our products there. So some of our products are featured at upscale grocery stores. You can see where to purchase if you visit our website, www.therockcarrot.com, and you can see all the different ways you can purchase, learn more, or support us.
Wow. Nice that you're going to Winnipeg.
Yeah.
Which is wonderful.
How can our listeners get involved?
Yeah, so I really hope your listeners are enjoying this conversation. I really hope they're wanting to learn more and get involved. There are all kinds of ways you can do that. You can either reach out to me, Diane at therockcarrot.com. You could also reach out to our info at therockcarrot.com. You can follow us on social media, and you can, start a site in your own community. You could find out how you can do that. You could also learn about some of the advocacy efforts that we're doing so that we can find more support for social enterprises like us that are looking to break down employment barriers for people with disabilities. So there are a lot of ways you can get involved, and I'm really hoping that people listening will get excited about reaching out and starting a Raw Carrot site in their community.
Wow, interesting.
Is there anything else you would like to add that we did not cover in this interview?
Sure. Something I wanted to share is that in October, all across this country, there's a celebration called National Disability Employment Awareness Month, or NDEAM. And different communities can participate in various ways. And the event is really to raise awareness about the potential of people with disabilities to work. And something really exciting is that on October 17th, all across the country, in all kinds of communities, they light up their landmarks, or their buildings, or in Paris, we light up a dam. And it's lit up in either purple or blue. And it's just an exciting thing to see the country lighting up in support of employment for people with disabilities. So last year, we lit up the dam in Paris, Ontario, and we invited our Mayor David Bailey, the mayor of Brant County, to come and tour our kitchen and have a chat with Amanda and hear all about our social purpose model. And he loved it so much. And he already bought our products and really enjoyed them, but he didn't really know exactly what it looked like inside the kitchen. So he thought it was so amazing that he brought our model, our social purpose model, to a provincial government meeting. And he said, look, we need to do more of this kind of work all across Ontario. And so we're hoping that the government will be more interested in supporting organizations like ours and investing in social purpose employment, because people with disabilities and mental illness are able to work, they want to work, and they really deserve a hand up in life, not just a handout. So we're really excited about getting more involved in that kind of advocacy work. So again, if anybody's listening and they're interested in learning more about that, we'd love for you to visit our website, follow us on social media, or you can email me, as I said earlier, Diane at therockcarrot.com, and learn how you too can get really excited about this national movement to really empower people with disabilities, because they deserve more, and we think that they should have more. So that's why we're working hard.
Yes, that is so true. And it is the right thing to do. And that is so cool.
Isn't it cool? I think it's really exciting. And I'm so happy that you invited me to share with you a little bit more about the Raw Carrot and our story and how we really love what we do. And we're really trying to build a new pathway to employment so everyone who's willing and able to work can work and be in community and experience the sense of dignity that that kind of work brings. So
Yeah,
thank you for having me today.
you're welcome. And one more question. What would you like to share her website and social media with us?
Sure, yeah, you can visit our website at therawcarrot.com. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Twitter. So if you go to the website, you can click on all the places where we are, all our socials, and you can learn all about what we do. You can purchase soup. You can learn about our advocacy work. You can read amazing stories of our staff and the transformation they experienced, and more about the new pathway to employment that we're working on.
And that's awesome. Thank you for coming to CJSW 9.9 FM.
You're so welcome. Thank you so much for inviting me to come. I've really enjoyed our chat today, and you both did a great job with the interviews. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Thank you so much for having on our show. You are listening to Accessible Airwaves on
CJSW 9.9 FM.